What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your host with the most, White Boy 7th Street, and look at this beast. Welcome to some early access gameplay of the upcoming Battlefield 1 DLC, Thou Shall Not Pass. We're going to be playing on a whole new map, Soissions, and we're going to be featuring the new Behemoth in Battlefield 1. It's the Char 2C French tank, one of the biggest ever made, and it is a total beast. This is the second time I got to drive the tank, and I'm gonna go on a 40 kill streak, so that's what's featured in today's video. Enjoy the destruction, and we're playing on Battlefield CTE. That's how I got a preview of the new map, so there are a few little glitches. The community test environment is a really cool thing by EA. If you haven't signed up, I'll include a link down below. They let you preview the new maps, I think, in a little bit. They're also giving us like the early patches so we get to test it and give feedback. So I just think that's really cool, and if you haven't signed up and you like Battlefield, you might as well. Anyways, I really like this map. I love the layout of it, but I gotta give props to the Battlefield team. I don't know how they do it, but they make it feel like a single player cinematic when I spawn into the Behemoth right here. I'm battling a sniper in the background. There's that assault guy with a grenade in his hand trying to mess me up, going between stacks of hay. There's a guy in a field gun in the background. I got a field gun of my own on the front of this tank. Nice double kill across the map, the first of many. And I do feel like this is almost a field gun, maybe a little bit more powerful, and it has the benefit of not looking away while you're reloading, so you can kind of see what's in front of you. This guy is getting a ride. Looks like everyone's jumping on the party bus right now, but I love the mobility of this Behemoth. You can go anywhere on the map, almost like the blimp. The turn radius is kind of like the blimp. It's very hard to turn, and you got to kind of see me get stuck right here, and you got to see the difficulty of it is just to make a little turn over this little rock. So it is kind of clunky, but I think it's supposed to be that way. Vehicle on vehicle, obviously this is the big bad boy of all vehicles. This is Big Daddy Tank, so it's going to destroy anything in its path, and I'm going to two-shot a few different tanks. So first shot disables the tank. The second shot destroys it. You can't really escape once this Behemoth has you in its sights unless you go behind some building. As you can see, I have a full 180-degree view in front of me. Then someone's got to ruin it with the gas. Another thing they did in this upcoming patch, I believe they're nerfing gas grenades. So thank you, Battlefield, for listening to the community. Another nice double kill. This Behemoth is kind of simple compared to the other Behemoths when it comes to piloting or driving it. In other Behemoths, you're dropping mortars, you're controlling the position on the map, which you are on this one as well. But really, I found out that it works really well if you find a nice position and just kind of stay put, because it's so hard to maneuver in tight spaces that maybe you can go back and forth, but going back, left, up, down, it's got to be very, very hard to do. So one of my favorite things about this Behemoth, and you saw my last kill, I basically just shot at this building and the roof collapsed. So I see a bunch of people down at the B flag, and I'm just going to destroy the building and get kills after kills after kills just by using the sheer power of this main gun on the tank. And I'm already at like 3 kills, and it was just so fun destroying the city and just those points racking up when the debris is falling on the enemies, and it was just really, really fun. Now, another thing I want to say, look at the bottom middle of the screen. You can see exactly where my teammates are in the tank. I think it's very important to put your team in a good position, not just be greedy. I hate the people who sit in the back with the train just because they have the mortars and they're gonna be safe. They put themselves all the way in back where no one can get them, but they can mortar onto like the A flag, but that's not gonna help your team come back. I like this because you can see the people oh, they're getting out right now because maybe I'm at a too far of a distance, but they can shoot everything that I can see in front of me, and anything that I can't see is covered by the gunner in seat number 2, which has vision of the 180 degrees behind you that you can't see, and it has a really, really good gun. It shoots an unlimited amount of exploding rounds. Very, very powerful. Now, you gotta see another feature of this tank, just like other behemoths. The other tank is gonna hit me on my gun and it's going to disable me. I can't shoot, I can only drive. At this point, my part is damaged and it's kind of a struggle to reverse here, but this is a beastie tank. Look how long it is. I'm just trying to get myself out of the way of some fire while on fire so I can automatically repair my main gun. And you know, I want to get back into the action. Maybe I took one too many shots, but I put myself right perfectly on that tank. It's got a ricochet, but the ricochet still did 51 damage, so that's absolutely insane. I'm going to disable the weapon, and like I said, if it gets you in its sights, you're done. This is Big Daddy Tank. There's no bigger, better vehicle out. Maybe their artillery truck is pretty powerful, but I really want to see Behemoth versus Behemoth. Who would win, a train or this tank? I think the train would, just because you only really have machine guns on your seat 4, seat 3, and seat 2, I believe, in front of you. There's not like super powerful exploding rounds in terms of your front gunners, but I mean, you have this massive field gun. It shoots so goddamn fast. It's very, very impressive. Earlier I mentioned I played in the tank twice, and the first time I made a big mistake going into this city. It's so hard to maneuver left and right. At this point, I'm like, okay, let's capture the sea flag. We're pretty low health on the tank, 40%. It's still got to last a long time. I don't want to get stuck in the trenches like I've done many, many times on other maps. So I'm trying to take it very slowly and get on the sea flag, but it's so hard to maneuver this thing, and then gravity's taking over, so I'm sliding down on this muddy goddamn map. I'm trying to get some points, but I just can't. That's how hard it is to maneuver this thing. I was trying my hardest to get onto the sea flag, so please keep that in mind when you get the DLC or you jump on Battlefield CTE. When there's somebody in the tank and they're trying to make a maneuver like this, when they're trying to parallel park, it's got to be very hard for them to do, and it's not as easy as you think. So give them a little bit of a break, but after a while you can't just oh my god, the flag gets in my way. Like I was saying, after a while I think people will learn not to put themselves in these super vulnerable positions, and even though I was on top of the hill, I was getting my ass kicked. I'm down 61% health. People were firing AT rockets at me. Look at this shot. Oh, I love how the Ghost Rider motorcycle on fire just flew right in front of me. But I think the good players will eventually figure out and master the movement of this tank and go from flag to flag. But I can also see a lot of people going on one major flag or between two major flags and have the gunner in the main driver's seat go one direction, the guy in the seat number 2 look behind you, and then just teammates and machine guns mowing people down. And this map, I just love how many people are spawning in front of me. Another double kill. And my teammates are finally like, yes, there's enemies to shoot at. Thank you, finally. I think it sucks because you get so excited to get in the Behemoth, especially when there's a new Behemoth, and then there's a new driver, they don't know what they're doing, or you're in the seat, you're in the machine gun, you got your rock and roll music playing, ready to pawn some noobs, and then you're like facing to the left of the map out of bounds, and then you get so mad. But I think my teammates had a good time. I'm putting them in some nice positions here. I'm down to 31% health, but I'm going to make this last for another 5-6 minutes. So just because you're down to 30% health, you're definitely not out. And now you got to see how clunky it gets going into the city. I'm trying to turn between this tree. I can't make it. I'm a big, massive 14-ton, the testosterone of 10,000 men, and I can't break down a little tree like this. But I'm slow and steadily getting towards this B flag, and I want to make a hard right turn, and I think that was a massive, massive mistake. Now you got to see me try to parallel park here. I'm going for it. Oh, nope. Okay, back up a little bit. So I'm going all the way here. I'm turning it as much as I can. To the left, to the right, repeatedly, and I'm not making much progress. Eventually I'm like, okay, let's just forget about this. And I still have to like turn twice, 3 times to even get back to the main road. This is only my second time using this tank, but I can really see in the future this tank being a game changer when it comes to taking over flags and coming back in the game of conquest, because you can easily capture a flag if you're up close and personal with this tank. I took so many shots on top of that hill, and I'm at 25% health. That's still a lot of health. Like I said, I'm going to survive for a little bit longer. So if you go so close to the enemies that you have every single angle covered, you twice even. In front of you, it's covered twice by the gunner in the 4 seat, the gunner in the 3 seat, gunner in the 5 seat, and then the gunner in the 2 seat has a big responsibility. I'll give you that, but it's so powerful back there too that I think it's reasonable to go up close and personal with this thing and get into some shenanigans. I think this is just going to be a game changer. Like going into a village like this, like I did earlier, and destroying a few buildings. I think that's what this tank's got to be about, and it's got to be scary as hell for the enemy team if it gets really close to you, and it's got to be really rewarding when you put a lot of damage into it, because like I said, there's got to be machine gunners at every single angle looking for you. One thing I got to point out is how easily I just climbed that mountain. It's usually very difficult. You know, on Monte Grappa, it's so hard to get up to the B flag and the Delta flag with a tank trying to go up that mountain. This one, the engine's so powerful, just goes straight up it like it's nothing. Not that big of a deal. They also added a new French tank in Battlefield CTE and this new upcoming DLC that you're going to see me get into a few engagements over and over again. I'm going to two-shot it like this one. That tank seems to have a little bit more suspension as well, and it seems to be a little bit more versatile in terms of climbing mountains. But look at that, 2 shots, so accurate across the map, no bullet drop whatsoever. Back-to-back connecting shots. It's like 3-4 in a row. All these people down here are the medics running around. They don't know what to do. I would too. This big behemoth on the top of the mountain, probably blocking the sunlight. And finally, the passengers are going to get a few kills now. They got 1 driver assist. They're getting another driver assist. They're doing work for me. This tank's trying to run. I don't think so. Vehicle disabled, weapon disabled. At this point, this gun's too powerful. It's too accurate. You're done. And I see these people like kind of hiding behind the house. There's another tank behind this house throwing shots at me. Again, you're destroyed. I thought I killed the vehicle right there. I didn't. A few more shots. He's got to peek out. I just need 1 really good shot on you. And boom, a triple kill. Just like that. Another vehicle destroyed. I should have just destroyed the house right here like I was before. We're playing on CTE, so we're finally getting war bonds. You kind of get reset to level 1. Another tank's in the distance. I'm at 8% health, but I'm not too concerned. I know that I can take a few shots. Look at all these ricochets that I'm absorbing right now. I just took like 5-6 really significant shots, and I'm at 4% health now. So this is so beasty and powerful that I should have probably played a little bit more aggressive with it, but at the same time it was accurate at a distance, so I feel good as the driver. Maybe my passengers would have a different review of my driving. 1-800, how's my driving? Does anyone ever call those things? Unless they're asked, no one calls them. I want to call those numbers and say, this guy's doing a great job driving. Does anyone do that? I don't know. So we're down to 3%, and I'm like, whatever. I'm gonna play it the same as I was playing it before. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video. We're gonna end it with 1 more cool kill. I just thought it was kind of funny how I ended this game after going on a 40 kill streak. I'm trying to type like, the tank's really fun. Just let everyone know I got 41 kills, 2 deaths. So I spawned in here and we're having a little fight, whatever. I'm kind of outnumbered. And he just whoops into there, and then I break myself. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel for more Battlefield 1 videos. We add a bunch of them every week. Well, every Friday we got the top plays. I hope to see you there. Bye bye.